Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report. We're on location, David Hero, here at Karma Bar and Grill, where Saturday night they're going to be showing the big UFC contest between Conor McGregor.
We're in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee at Karma Bar and Grill, yes. Conor McGregor and Luke Diaz get their big rematch Saturday night on pay-per-view.
Nate Diaz.
Nate. Where did I get Luke from? I was thinking of Luke Cage.
Oh, it's very similar.
How are they not?
One's a black guy, one's a Latino.
It is time, though, for the weekly Battle of the Brands, ladies and gentlemen. It is the fourth week of the brand split. And last time we did this, it was 1-1 by the fan voting and by our voting as well. Raw with one win, SmackDown with another win. But this week, let's talk about the shows. Raw this past Monday night kicked off with Rusev holding the show hostage, calling out his opponent, Roman Reigns, for SummerSlam. A longer segment than necessary, but
how do you feel about Roman Reigns?
How do I feel about Roman Reigns? Yeah. He's endorsed. He's a star. He's the man. And I think this reset period that we're going through with Roman Reigns right now is going to be perfect long-term for him.
I agree. It's great for him. I think it's going to help him get back on track. Rusev is a star. It elevates Rusev also because now you have the WrestleMania headliner working with the U.S. champion again.
Absolutely. Good segment to start the show. Was it a smart way to do it?
Yeah, because they have so much they got to get in now on Raw as they'll go home show for SummerSlam. Show up with two of your biggest stars.
What was your highlight of the night this past Monday night on Raw? Brock Lesnar, Charlotte.
No, Brock Lesnar. How can you not be a Brock Lesnar? I mean,
I thought you'd say Heath Slater.
Well, that was it, because they're both in there together. I mean, Heath Slater coming out challenging Brock Lesnar. I think that was great business for Heath Slater, if that's the route he wanted to go. But, I mean, Raw was good. I mean, Raw was all about the buildup of the Demon King.
And I understand you, of course, have challenges with that because Finn Balor's 190 pounds. We'll talk about that on primetime on Saturday night.
Okay, first of all, yes, he's 190 pounds. Is that my fault?
No.
So why are you putting the heat on me?
Because you're putting the heat on him for being that small.
No, I didn't. I put the heat on the ring announcer that said he's 190 pounds. You don't do that.
We'll talk about that on primetime Saturday night. However, though, David Hero, your thoughts overall on Raw this past Monday night?
You know what? Raw was a smooth sailing go-home show. They're not really trying to sell pay-per-views. They're trying to sell network specials.
And now let's move on to SmackDown, the Tuesday Night Delight, live on the USA Network. Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, Alberto Del Rio, John Cena, AJ Styles, all the big superstars, in addition to Eva Marie on that show this past Tuesday night. And for one, the big finish between John Cena and AJ Styles. AJ had a lot to say to Cena.
Right, but then they left AJ laying, which, you know.
He did get the F5. Oh, I'm sorry, the AA, the attitude adjustment, or whatever it's called nowadays, at the end. But I think his promo and the things he said to John Cena were much more impactful than him laying at the end of the show.
Oh, I see what you did there. You're dropping that impact line with AJ. Are you trying to say he's a TNA
that
guy?
Was well, he came from that company, absolutely.
He came from New Japan also.
Mm-hmm. But those don't matter.
No,
what you say.
Well, they don't, because, like I said, WWE is the only place to be. That's where you make your money. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who else has a network?
Major League Baseball.
Of the wrestling companies.
Oh, I'd have to check my notes.
None of them. SmackDown was the better show of the two.
SmackDown? You're giving SmackDown the win, just like that.
Absolutely.
Boom.
Yeah.
Why? Sell it to me.
Because you had Del Rio and Cena with a great match. You had AJ Styles get involved. You had the whole thing with Eva Marie. You're building her character. You had a great promo between Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose, where Ziggler let Ambrose land. There's just so much. There's more of a sense of urgency on SmackDown.
Well, it's a shorter show. It's 2 hours. No overrun either. I don't think they run over.
Which is what's great about it.
Yeah. And that's the thing about Raw. Why do I need 3 hours and 10 minutes, 3 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 20 minutes? Please, only give me 3 hours on Monday nights. That's all I need. Don't overrun into the next hour, especially because that means I've got to watch more of that Crisley stuff.
Who thinks that's a good idea?
Crisley knows best?
Yeah.
What do you mean? It must do ratings. It's been on for several seasons.
Who sat there and said, oh, this show's a winner? I want to legit punch that guy in the face.
Really? Why?
He's annoying.
Maybe that's why he's got a show that people watch.
I can only
people have told
handle
me they
like
tune in for your annoyance.
yeah, fine. And they can't punch me in the face because they got to swing up. But the thing is with the Grizzly thing, I'll watch it for like, the overrun part. I'm like,
Because it's on. It's not like you tried, but
yeah,
it's on.
it's just like, it gives me a shoot headache.
Folks, there was no fan voting this week in Battle of the Brands because our Twitter intern had to be released due to a claim against David Hero. So as we find a replacement, we'll have the voting again next week. Yes.
She said she was 22.
We will have that voting back next week, but a big weekend from the Pro Wrestling Report this week, David Hero. Primetime returns on Saturday with a look back at the entire week of professional wrestling, but also from there, a separate show, its own show this month. Be the booker
because there's
for
so many
SummerSlam
matches. I mean,
all 11
SummerSlam
matches
is just as good as WrestleMania.
All 11 matches. We're going to talk about that. Be the booker coming to you Sunday morning on our YouTube channel and on Fight TV. That's FITE Fight. And then on Saturday, as we said, it is PWR Primetime. All of our shows this weekend on location here at Karma Bar and Grill in Milwaukee.
Yes.
Unscathed was
No,
Karma.
we're on Ogden Avenue in Milwaukee.
600 East.
Is it east?
I think it is east.
Yeah,
east of the river.
We're close to the lake.
East of the river. It's east-west, right?
No,
North
east
south
is towards the lake.
No. East is definitely towards the lake, but past the river is east.
Here's how you do
We're
it.
east of the river.
When you see we, west and east, we, that's how you know where you are.
We'll see you Saturday on Primetime, folks. For that one, this is Damian Nelson saying thanks for joining us for Battle of the Brands.
Roll your eyes at me.